Good morning and or good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome and thank you for joining us in our Sunday morning divine service, coming to you virtually from the Journey Within. We begin our healing portion of service, and we begin with prayer. We ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from our minds and bodies and to restore us to perfect health. We ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and we will do our part. We ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. We put our trust in the love and power of God. The Journey Within is a spiritualist church. As such, we begin our service with spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is the laying on of hands in silent prayer. This is used in addition to, not instead of, medical attention. As we are meeting virtually, our healers that are present will be sending healing to all of you here and to those we are requesting healing for. If you would like to request healing for someone, please put their first name and last initial in the chat box. Those names will be forwarded to our healers for absentee healing. You may also call the church or email us if there is anyone during the course of the week you would like to request healing for, including pets. So please just relax and focus on your own breathing. Breathing in and out, igniting the inner healer and asking for your immune system to be boosted. As we come to the end of healing, may we send out absent healing to all those members, families, and friends who may be having difficulties at this time. It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker and medium for today, Minister Colin Bates, who is a mediumship tutor and course organizer at the Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England. Colin is also a registered spiritualist healer, public demonstrator of mediumship, teacher and lecturer of mediumistic and spiritual development for beginners through advanced students. He's also just a great and funny guy. So let me introduce Reverend Colin Bates.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. What a joy it is to come together in the name of the Spirit, in the fellowship and the companionship that we share together. And just to bring love from David Shearser. For some reason, his name is on my Zoomie here, who is teaching away, so he can't be with us today, but he is with us in thought, in love, and always in connection. So join with me together in prayer. Let us move into the space of the heart and just come together as one. Gracious and eternal creator of all life, in whom we move and have our very being. We come seeking thy presence, thy light, thy guidance within our lives. We offer unto you the light that is within us, that it may become one great and vast healing energy of love, not only within our world, but indeed the worlds beyond. As we move into the presence of the heart, the temple of our inner being, where forever love exists and thy presence dwells. Be with us and join with us today as we build that wonderful bridge of light between our world and the world of the Spirit. May we know truly beyond any hesitation that love, like life, is indeed eternal. And through the power of prayer, may our light become one with the eternal light of that great creative force in whom we move and have our very being. And may it become a great blessing upon our earth for all those who are seeking to embrace their place of belonging, for those who are seeking love, upliftment and strength. Our light is with each and every one. We pray this day for all those who serve. May they be illumined and loved and strengthened in all that they do. We include the leaders of all nations, that peace may reign and be within the hearts, that wise decisions may be made upon behalf of all those that need guidance, that our world may enter into a land of peace, perfect peace. Be with us and join with us, now and always, in thy name, which is love. Amen.
Now I welcome Minister Colin Bates to lead us in our address.
Isn't that wonderful? My goodness, what an incredible song to uplift us, to strengthen us. There shines a light in the heart of man, wings of hope taking flight. What wonderful words of inspiration. Good morning, everyone, once again. What an honor, what a joy it is to have this time of fellowship together. And as I was listening to the words of the song, and as I was moving into the wonderful presence and the power of the healing, I could feel that presence building. I could feel the love that is of you and I, and the eternal power that is of all life. For you and I are part of an incredible journey that truly has no beginning and no end, that has been before, resides in the physical life, and will be again. For you and I are eternal beings of light. We reside at this time within the physical world, but we know that we are so much more. We have embraced, we have awoken to the eternal truth that the soul is the eternal you and I, and is intrinsically linked to that wondrous, great creative force that is seeking to unfold and bring its light, knowledge, and unfoldment into the very world in which we live. For truly the gifts and the knowledge of the Spirit is in fact the transformation of the soul. But once we've come into the realization that this part of life is but one moment of a greater journey, once we truly accept that we are all created of the one source, and whichever pathway of life we choose to follow, we will always be a part of that journey. For you cannot be where God is not, for it is the eternal power. It is within every cell of our being. And however we move through life, whatever befalls us, we will always remain a part of that presence and power. The physical mind at times takes us away from the true reality of life and of the journey, for we become immersed within everything of this life, for the demands that are placed upon us can be heavy. And yet within the heart, we can always be free. We can always be a part of that great recognition of the divine force. For the soul, which is intrinsically connected to the physical world, the heart is connected to the divine. And it is the heart, it is the soul that is the eternal you and I. And so sometimes when we move through life, we go through these different stages where we call upon the power to support us, to strengthen us in times of need. In the power of prayer itself, we have the ability to come one with that force and to be able to share that love with each other. The power of healing is the power of creation. The greatest power within creation is compassion, is love, and is the understanding of another's need. The power that can mark the fall of a single bird and the growth of a blade of grass is the power of you and I. And we are moving now into exceptional times within our world, where we're starting to begin to realize more and more that the material aspects of life, although they are important fundamentally for our existence, we are now seeking to embrace the spirituality of the heart, that we're seeking to find the many pathways that lead us to our place of belonging, where we are embraced and we know that we are loved. For that is one of the most fundamental gifts of life itself, is the ability to love, and in loving, caring and sharing with each other. We have only touched the surface of the power of thought and its ability to cross continents, nations and worlds within less than a heartbeat. And it is becoming more and more a reality that we exist in this multi-dimensional existence of the earth, of the spirit, of the cosmos itself. For truly we are co-creators of the universe, and our own thoughts and the power within our thoughts is the ability to create. And we have the ability to create heaven upon earth. And we have the ability to move the sternest heart into a time of realization that they are loved and that they are part of this great and wondrous collective that is within the universe. Once we begin to embrace the principles of life, in the simplicity of life, we begin to know and realize that we are part of this great, stupendous whole, that we are part of the universal power of all life. And as such, we are co-creators within it. The journey and the power of the spirit is one of transformation of the soul. For once we have awoken to the potential that lies within you and I, we truly become immersed within this journey of seeking and searching and embracing who we are and looking for our place of belonging. My dear ones, you found it. You found it because it's who you are. You could not be closer to God's love, for it is the very air that you and I breathe within our existence and within every cell of our being, for it is love. It is love that surrounds you and I and lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high, for we are part of this great, stupendous journey that is called life. And that journey, my dear ones, is never ending. And those that we have loved and have been a part of our journey, and even those who take an interest in us, exists as we all continue to exist. Truly, the pathway of understanding the spirit has become somewhat complex over the last 50 years. Where we seem to really focus so much upon the technicalities involved within creating this wonderful moment, when truly it is the simplest moment, for it is the opening of the heart, it is the engaging of the will, and it is radiating unconditional love. And as we radiate the unconditional love, we are lifted beyond the physical life, and we are reminded that we are loved. And in being reminded, we become that love. And that is the power of communication. The journey of the soul is an ancient one. And you carry much knowledge and wisdom within you that is seeking its expression within this world. Let it come, let it flow, embrace it, dance, enjoy life, because they may be coming for you in the morning, so you may as well dance anyway. Embrace it, because it is who you are. When I listen to such words of that beautiful song, it just reminds me so much of the strength within our journey, the light that is within the heart, and how we come into these different times of light and of knowledge and of being. And we come into those times because the time is right. The time is now. Now is the time to embrace the power of who we are. For when you truly embrace compassion, we go beyond mind itself to that which holds us back. Am I good enough? Can I do it? Should I be doing it? My goodness, yes, you should. And yes, you can. Because it is who you are. It is not what we create. It is who we are. And we are imbued by the power of God because it is the very air that we breathe. And when we listen to such moments within the quiet, God speaks to us and reminds us that we are part of this incredible journey where we are loved, where we are supported, and where we are strengthened by that eternal knowledge, you see. Don't let the physical mind win. Let the heart and the power of the will guide you, for it will lead you to your place of belonging. It will open the world for you. It will take you to that far and distant shore where forever the land of light and mind exist, that we call the spirit world. It enables us to become aware that we are surrounded by so many within the spirit world. It enables us to become aware of the angels that walk this earth and guide us upon our journey of life. For such things happen, and indeed they do exist. For the journey of the soul and the facet of the soul that connects us together and to the bridge of the spirit world is created long before you came into this life and world. Just as those who walk this earthly existence with us, they know us, they love us, and they support us unconditionally. And you see within life and within the journey of life, as you come into the times of your own realization and of your own light, you become the angels for people in this world. For you are there when people are in need. We share of the heart and of the healing. We are able to guide gently to those who have just lost their way a little bit and just need that support to bring them back into the flow of life. For the true power of mediumship is in life, not in death. There is no death. It is who we are. It is that which we give to each other, and within the support that comes within that creates and really transmutes this eternal power into the physical life. For it is there and it exists. Sometimes we stop, we stand still within life, and it gives us this opportunity to just look at where we are. And when we take such times and such moments, always remember, look how far you've come, rather than what you feel, how far you've got to go. Because our journey may have many twists and turns within it, but each one leads us ever onward and ever nearer to embracing those times and moments when we just feel that we are loved. The great journey of life itself is the union with the God force, with the creative power of all life. And ultimately, when that journey has moved through all the different aspects of life and unfoldment, our ultimate destination is with the union with the God force itself. That we become a part of that great force that loves all, knows all, and understands all, and is a part of the compassion of the world, and indeed the worlds beyond. For no one is ever denied that love. No one is ever separate from it. Sometimes we just do not always realize it. And then within such moments, we are reminded and we are loved. Always we are loved. For that is the greatest power of the universe. and the power of you and I. There shines a light in the heart of man, and I truly believe that. For we create our place of belonging. We embrace it through our own knowledge. But do remember that sometimes we just need to embrace it and to allow it to heal us, to strengthen us, and to allow that wonderful light and knowledge to rest and resonate within each one of us, so that we indeed become stronger within our steps and within the blessings that we can bring to others. Never doubt that you are not loved, for you are loved. And in knowing that love, become it, for it is the greatest power. We all have the ability within our heart to heal the world, to communicate with those who have taken that next step upon their journey. But they are still here. They still exist, although no longer within the physical sense of life, because they cannot. But they speak to us in song, in words, in thoughts, in emotions. And within that light, within the heart, that is where we need to be. That is what we need to embrace within this life and within this world, you see. And because we live in this wonderful time of non-local reality, every thought, every moment is a creative power, and the ability to create peace within the hearts of all of mankind when it becomes a collective wish. And even when it is a singular wish, it adds to the power of love. Always remember how much you are loved. May that blessing stay with you now and forevermore. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those inspiring words and for sharing your energy with all of us. We now come time for our announcements and collection. Reverend Patty has posted the barcode box that you see on the main screen, which will take you directly to a donation link. This will allow you to donate online. If you'd like to, you can also go to our website and donate through PayPal, or if you are so moved and more traditional, you can mail in a check. All donations, great and small, are appreciated. Mother, Father, God, we ask for blessings for the giver and the gift. Other than this, we also have a 10 a.m. in-person service. So if you are local and you want to stop in person, feel free. We also have a Sunday evening 6:30 p.m. service and a Wednesday night healing and message service. We have a number of classes and events that are coming up. So please check the website for updated information, further things. I'm only going to say a couple of them because we'd be here all day. But July 10th, we have a student demonstration of mediumship. On July 20th, we have trance healing workshop with Simone Key. On July 21st, we have the effective personal mediumship with Christine Morgan. On July 29th, we have soul plan readings workshop with Lillian Steiner. August 4th, we have trance speaking with Simone Key. And on August 12th, we have Edgar Casey on overcoming fear and anxiety with Kevin Tedeschi. The Mavis Ways online class that was scheduled is canceled. The first in-person workshop of Mavis Ways is still open to all levels with no prerequisite, and the dates for that are August 9th through August 12th. Again, all of that information is on our website, so please check out journeywithin.org and hydesville.org under services and events and classes. We'd like to thank the small army of volunteers that help run our services and virtual events, especially Reverend Karen, Reverend Patty, and Reverend Elizabeth. If you are finding this a difficult time to navigate and would like to speak with one of our ministers, please reach out to the office and we can set that up for you. We now come to our demonstration of mediumship. As a spiritualist church, we believe that life is continuous, and through our demonstration of mediumship, we seek to reunite those here with those who have crossed over. If Colin's body of evidence feels that it fits a loved one of yours and you can take 90 to 100% of what is being said, please raise your little blue, green, yellow, orange, depending on what version Zoom you have. Can someone raise their hands to make sure that it works? If you can take the first pieces of information that has been said and you have raised your hand, but as Colin continues, you can no longer understand what is being said. If you can lower your hand so we can find our recipient quickly. I will then ask you to unmute on my end, but you must also unmute yourself on your end to come in with voice. If for any reason you cannot unmute, please type in the chat box and I will relay your replies. If you would like to join me in our message prayer, please feel free. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I'm the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. And now we will have a piece of music. And now Colin will lead us in our demonstration of mediumship.
I will. Wasn't that wonderful? The wind beneath my wings. That's my second communicator. So as I'm just sitting here very much connecting to the spirit world, please do listen. If you understand, please wave or jump up and down, whatever. And I know that I've got a gentleman here and he just kept saying to me, I want to speak to my boy. I want to speak to my boy. And I know that you have something in common here because I know that you used to make models of some kind. And I'm seeing these real intricate models that are being made. And they would have been when you was a child and you would have watched him. Not sure if I got father or grandfather here, but it's a very, very close connection, very much there within that way. And if I'm correct, there must be something to do with either engineering or construction or something like that, that connects either to you or to this dear man here. I've got these wonderful memories of sitting there and watching him. And I believe I've got planes, the making of model planes or aircraft or something like that. And I know that I'm going back in time very much here for this. You either know or connect to Tony. That name seems to come around in there within some way. But there's a very parental feeling here, a very parental feeling here. Who can understand that? Who can understand that?
I understand.
Dr. Joe?
Yes.
Okay. And I really just feel this sense of these great memories, but they're when you were a child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because I seem to be looking at you and you're very near me and I'm doing all of this intricate work, but you're doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something that you did that was a part of your hobby as well. Is that right?
There's something more that he tried to teach me.
Well, I've got you doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I've got you either with a small brush or painting or
yes.
something like that. You understand that part? Because I know it's right, you see. And I have to say, what a lovely man, what a very patient man here, because I know that in his normal physical life, there was quite some weight upon him or strains upon him.
Yes.
With his physical life and within his work. But as soon as he saw you, it's as if all that melted away and he was able just to share that time with you. But I know that it wasn't enough.
Mhm.
I know that he wanted to be with you more than the times that he just saw you. Will you accept that?
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's as if you are a dream here. I think when you was a child, did you have masses of hair?
I'm sorry, did I have masses of
Hair.
yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Okay, because I just seem to see you here and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, look at that hair. And you used to sit at either a, I'm sorry, there's just some interference there. You used to sit either at a, did he have a workbench?
He did. But
There's
mostly
something
he did have that, but he also
around
took
a table.
mostly at a table. Yep.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's a table where you are, but I know that he had a workbench as well. But
Mhm.
I'm seeing you sitting very much there around the table here. And as I just became aware of his presence here, very good mind, I have to say, really
Mhm.
very, very good mind. And a mind that has this ability, either engineering or something like that, very precise.
He was an engineer.
Beautiful, because there's just such a feeling of preciseness here with him. But his eyes and his smile is the world. And I have to say, you are his boy.
Mhm.
Always would have thought of you as his boy, because I know here that as he comes close, it's quite emotional here, because he speaks to me of the changes that have been going on in your life
Oh,
over
yes.
the last 2 years, you see.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
how you've been trying to fit things in and move things around and make things easier. And
Yes.
in some way, you're trying to do all that, but
Yes.
it's not calming your heart, you see.
Not at all.
Not at all, sir, if I may say so. And so I know that I just need to bring you not just the memories of you two being together, but the heart and the love, the companionship and the calmness, really, that you share. But he says here, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it, and you're starting to find your way forward. So there's daylight coming. There's daylight coming, and it's sorting itself. Will you remember around January time for things falling into place for you?
This
Because
coming January, we're
yes, and
okay.
I really do feel as if everything is starting very much there to fall into place. And do you know Tony, or the name of Tony, in some way?
I do, not related to him
No,
though.
it doesn't matter, because
Okay.
it's called, so it can be physical or it can be there within the sense of the spirit here.
Mhm.
And that's lovely. And there's a Tim or Timothy, or the name of Tim in something that just seems to come there,
Mm.
very much there, within that moment. And such a parental feeling here of watching over you and of looking after you and taking care of you. You've had to make some quite major decisions, and you've made them in the only way that you possibly could, and
Mm.
that is through the heart.
Mm.
And we love you. We love you for that. I don't know if you're writing a book or you've
I
written
am.
a book, because I just hear, tell him, encourage him with the writing, and tell him, you know, even if you put it aside for a little bit,
We
and then
just we just
with
did.
fresh eyes.
I'm writing with a colleague, and we did put it aside.
Right,
Um,
you see it, you begin to see it with fresh eyes, and you love history, is that right?
Sort of.
Okay, because it's something to do with history, and whether he loved military history.
He did. He did.
Because I want to talk about military history and
Yeah,
knowing of the history of military here, that's very much there with him. He says, I got all I wanted in life. I got the love that I wanted, and I got the family that I needed. John. The name John is called there. And he just brings such a blessing. He said, I would have preferred to have had a bit more time where I
Mm.
could have communicated,
Mhm.
but that wasn't to be. But I still have all my books in heaven.
Mm.
I still have all my books in heaven, and I can look at them, and I know that you've been searching through books and looking for answers. Is that right?
Yes.
Because you will find it, and you will come across it, and it's very much there, there for you. Do you know something to do with either the remodeling of a house or a home, or creating or changing a home in some way? Or have you
Yes.
done that?
Yes, I'm in the middle of that.
Because I just feel as if I've got the plans upside down and I need to turn them the right way up.
Hmm.
It's,
Yes.
it's doing that, and then he's laughing and he says, well, I don't know, but you turned it the other way round. And he said it may make more sense. And there's problems with the window or something like that. He said something to do with the windows in some way. And you love pictures. You love pictures. Is that right?
I do.
Okay, because he just says, I'm with you when you look at the pictures, and I'm with you when you go walking. And you have separated different parts of your life, and
Yes.
I'm really supporting you. And it's really coming together. And he says, you know, I'm really here. I'm really here because I've never left you, and I never will. Will you accept that?
Absolutely.
Because just such a feeling of love for you, I have to say, is just such an important here. And I don't know if you had more than one person who had the role of parents in your life or influenced your life in some way.
Yes.
But it's just as if they all want you. They all just want you, and they all want to grab you, because there's a lady here who's has the real has a real mother's energy. It feels like a mother's energy. And she could tell you what's what, and she would tell you anyway, because I feel that with her. But she just brings this amazing feeling of love for you. And that which you have placed to one side and that which you have put away is time to come out and shine. Will you remember that for me?
I will.
Do take care. All the love in the world. Now, as I just move forward to my next communication, I need to speak to a lady. I heard the name Elizabeth, and your mother is here, and there's something to do with the wind beneath my wings. It was either a great love of your mother's, or it was played at a funeral, or something like that. And it connects to the name of Elizabeth. The name of Elizabeth here seems to have some connection there within some way. So I have a lady here. She speaks to me of that song and the great love of that song. Jan.
Yes, I can actually, when you play that song, I was crying like a baby. And it's actually my grandmother.
It's your grandmother.
Like a mom.
Like
and her
a mom
sister
to you.
was Elizabeth.
Okay, and the name Elizabeth makes sense to you as well?
Correct.
And was it played at a funeral?
Yes.
Okay, because it just seemed to have that feeling here of memory and of love. And I really want to say here to you that this is a lady who really would have been part of your life.
Absolutely.
Because I feel as if you're with me. I feel as if we talk together. I feel as if we share together. And she really, really brings this most amazing feeling of love. And she said there never would have been enough time. There never would have been enough time to hold all the memories, all the wishes, and all the dreams. And it's just so beautiful here. And you must have been with her towards the latter part of her life. Is that right?
Yes.
Because you helped me to navigate. You helped me to navigate through really quite a difficult time of health.
Yes.
Because she either something with her mind was not so clear, and she just found things a little bit confusing.
Yes.
And you were able to help me and to navigate through these different difficulties and the situations that I had to go through. And you understand of standing up for her, speaking for her, and supporting her and loving her.
Yes.
Because she loves you, she adores you. You have a wicked sense of humor. Can I say that?
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Have a lovely sense of humor, because your grandmother did too. And it's like when you can't do anything else, you have to laugh at situations. And
Yeah,
she's
this
bringing
sarcasm comes out.
amazing feeling of love that is here for you. And I know that you're feeling here as if you're going through quite a crossroads within your life, very much at this time. And you seem to be looking at all different aspects of your life. And she just says, my darling, just take a deep breath and move forward. Just take a deep breath, and one step leads after another, and you will find exactly where you need to be. Will you accept that from her?
100%. Yes.
Because it really does feel as if it's there. She's very good with her hands. I mean, everybody was in that generation, but she seems to be more clever with that. And whether she liked gardening or something like that, because I just saw my fingers and they were covered in mud. So whether she liked potted plants or the garden, is that right?
The roses, yes.
Okay. Because I want to take your hands and stick them in the ground and say, this is your place of belonging. You need to start to take some strength from all that you give to the world and let some of that reside within you. Will you remember that? Because
Yes.
it's just so beautiful. You walk somewhere where there are trees, is that right? You walk somewhere where there are trees and water.
Oh, I live in the mountains, so yeah, there's trees and water all
Right.
around me.
Because I feel as if I'm walking with you through the trees and by the water. And you understand where there have been those moments where you've just sat and the emotion has come. And it's, oh, there's a dog here too. And just as if you've just, the emotion has just come here. And I feel as if I've been there and I'm loving you and I'm supporting you. Very beloved of the family. She is very beloved of your dear family. And she just wants you to know that she's with you, she's supporting you, and she's bringing this incredible strength that's there. And there's connections here to your father in some way. Is that right?
Yes.
Because I just need to talk about your father a little bit here as well. Not always easy within the emotions. You understand me here?
Yes.
And not always able to show that sense of love and to bring that forward. And I just really feel this great feeling of how proud I am of you.
Okay.
I have to say that because I know that it wasn't said in life.
No.
No, absolutely. And you understand where the prayers were given and the peace was embraced.
Yes.
And thank you for the prayers, because I seem to feel that. You love working with your hands, is that right? You love working creatively with your hands and with the colours, is that right?
Yes.
And you have a very rare gift because it's beautiful and it's you and it's from the heart. And I just wish to really empower that for you to create and for you to very much there bring joy here. Somebody's moving around you, somebody's moving, or there's been discussions to do with moving in some way, and movement in some way, and it hasn't gone as well as people wanted. It's as if there's been things holding people back.
Yeah, very much so. That's
yes.
been very bad situation right now.
Yes.
Very bad.
Well, just know grandma's on the case and she's sending her thoughts.
Okay.
She's just sending her thoughts. I don't know if you know of New York or there's ever been connections to New York.
We have connections to New York, yes.
Okay, because I just saw it there in the distance and I thought, oh, well, that's somewhere there that I know here. And there's definitely plans to do with going somewhere and really just taking a break and shutting off from a lot of the things that are going on. And I just want to encourage you to do that if possible.
Yeah, I wish I could, but that moving situation, that whole thing is very tricky and holding everybody back right now.
Well, okay, the fact that I know it, the fact you're living it and Granny's on the case, just know that we're looking for better times. All right.
I hope so.
Well, just know how much you're loved, my darling.
Thank you.
She had a lovely writing hand as well, because I just saw the name and it was just written beautifully. So
Yes.
all the love in the world, whenever you sit, whenever you just open your heart, know that I'm there, that I'm with you, and that we are walking every step of the way with you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bless you, my darling. All the love.
Thank you so much. It meant a lot.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Colin, for those beautiful and heart-touching messages. I feel like everyone, even if they didn't get a message, felt the power of that. And now we come time for the end of our service. So I know he talked a lot for the last couple of minutes, but we're going to invite him back to do our closing prayer.
Okay. Let us just celebrate the friendship, the fellowship, and the communion of the Spirit. By that great power in whom we move and have our very being, the creative force of all life, may it shine through the hearts of each and every one of us. May we be surrounded by love. And in knowing that we are loved, may we become that love. And may we become eternally a voice for the presence of the Spirit. And for those who are seeking, for those who are in need, our love, light, and prayers eternally are there. We give thanks for the spirit world, for that wonderful bridge of light, for the reminder that we are loved. Be with us, join with us, now and forevermore. Amen.
We close our service with song